Fans, we warned you this day would come. Unfortunately, we're running out of original episodes of Wrestling Insider's Party with Marty each and every Thursday night at 10 p.m., but we're starting up that Indiegogo. You can help the cause. You can help Marty's show continue each and every week. Nobody does it like Marty. We had an incredible time with him at our 20th anniversary bash, November 13th at Memorial Hall here in Melrose. We want to have the good times keep on rolling, but we can't do it without you. Look for the Indiegogo link in the comment section below or across our website and social media platforms. We have some great perks, great rewards where you can even meet Marty himself. There's nothing like it. Since July of 2020, every week we've brought you the show. We need your help to keep on going. We tell you, without wrestling fans, there is no professional wrestling, and there's no better time to help the cause now. Let's keep Marty rocking each and every Thursday night. Wrestling fans, spring kicks off with the in-studio return of the Berzerker, John Nord, Thursday, April the 14th, to kick off Back to the 80s live Wrestling in Legends Fanfest weekend. The Berzerker returns for Wrestling Insider Throwback Thursday tapings, live episodes, a cyber autograph signing, and more. Check out Boston Wrestling's exclusive print that the Berzerker will sign to you live on the air. The big man kicks off 3 big days of action, excitement, and memories. Head on over to bostonwrestling.com for complete information. Wrestling fans, VIP packages and tickets are on sale now for Boston Wrestling MWF's Back to the 80s live event in Legends Fan Fest, Saturday, April the 16th at Memorial Hall in Melrose, Massachusetts. See and meet WWE Hall of Famer Hacksaw Jim Duggan, 3-time WWE Tag Team Champions Axe and Smash Demolition, WWE Hall of Famers Tito, Santana, and Cowboy Bob Orton, the Wild Berzerker, the Indestructible Warlord, Dangerous Danny Davis, and if you great fans step up and get those VIP packages and tickets now, we'll add more 80s WWF Legends. VIPs take part in exclusive Q&A sessions and an 80s Legends group photo before doors open to all fans for an autograph photo fan fest and a night of hot in-ring action for memories that'll last a lifetime while helping our friends from Make-A-Wish. Tell your friends, tell your family. It's the wrestling celebration, decades in the making. Lock in the best seats in the party now at bostonwrestling.com. We'll see you live April 16th.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Harley Race.
This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
And this is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
Wrestling fans around the corner, around the world, I'm Dan Marty.
And I'm John Nord, the Berzerker.
As always, we try and give you guys a little bonus content. We know you're absolutely falling in love with the Berzerker and Throwback Thursdays every Thursday night at 10 p.m. after Impact Wrestling on AXS TV. We're kind of going through on the talk show the timeline of your time in WWF right now. We don't really want to talk about the angle that you were in so much, as we're going to get there on the talk show.
I got you. So take it one match at a time.
The fans wanted to know here on this one, what are your thoughts on the first inductee of the 2022 WWE Hall of Fame class, the one, the only, the Undertaker, Mark Calloway?
Oh, he deserved it all the way. Are you kidding?
The fans in Dallas are in for a treat, I think, this year.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, what do I think about him getting inducted?
Yes.
I think he's obviously the first choice for me too. I would have inducted him too. You know why? Not because of a lot of reasons, but he did sheer numbers. I mean, he was 20-some years nonstop.
Right.
You know, and the grind is what usually, not usually, but most of the time the wrestlers really respect, because you think back and go, how the hell did he keep going? And I went home and started selling cars. Most of the time you didn't want to, because you could keep a job with Vince. But yeah, he's my bud, and I got stories, but we're going to hold off on them.
We'll save those for the talk show. But I'll ask you this more about the man. What is it about him that you think gave him the ability to last 30 years as not just a top guy, but for a lot of his run, the guy?
Yeah, well, first of all, he's 6'8", 6'9", 300 and some pounds, okay? So he's athletic, okay, underneath the dead. Okay, he's athletic. That right there, you have a product, you are gonna, people are gonna get starstruck. And then being the Undertaker and doing that, but how did he last is, let me tell you something, he was able to last because of his style of wrestling. When you're dead, you got a different style, you know?
Yeah.
But his style wasn't as bruising as most styles. But that ain't taking nothing away from him. He did so many, decades of this stuff. And he kept his head, he kept his body, he kept showing up. He fell into the position. He was smart. He was the real deal. That's why the whole company put their money on him. They bet on that horse and they won. It came in 20-1, and so that's what I think. And I think it just took Taker to you got to keep your personal life from getting invaded into the locker room and phone calls like, I can't get home. I got to do this shit, honey. I got to do this, and all the drama that comes with being on the road in a wrestler, and he weathered through that, and that is hard. So, kudos to Taker.
Why do you think he has such eternal respect in that locker room?
Turnover?
Eternal.
Eternal?
Eternal. Why is he, you look back, other than potentially Andre, maybe the most respected man
you might not like what I'm going to say.
Okay.
But it's never that bad.
Okay.
Here's that I want everybody to listen to on this. Now listen to me carefully, okay? Here's what I don't like. Bret Hart starts leaving WWE, and this ain't nobody but me saying this, okay? And he goes over to Taker, and I seen this on the TV or the what was it? The Andre special or something. One of these. Anyways, he says, well, I'm leaving, and so he brings Taker over into the corner, and this is a story, and Bret goes, well, brother, you're going to have to take over now and help these guys in the locker room, and oh, come on, Bret, Jesus, you think you're this glue that holds everybody together? We're all independent contractors. And it's pro wrestling. Dude, come on. What do you think you are, Vince Lombardi? That ain't how it works in that locker room. And Taker, you know that too. So you were probably just biting your tongue going, yeah, I'll keep this glue together in the locker room. You can't control anybody. That's like telling Jake Roberts back then, don't go smoke crack and get whores. And then he goes, okay, I won't. No, it don't work that way. That's what I got to say about that. Sorry, Dan. I had to get it out.
Despite what Bret said, it really did turn into a real life thing for him. He was the locker room leader for a long, long time.
I personally, now that's where, I don't think there is a locker room leader.
Really?
No, that's what I'm saying, but here's what I am saying. And I think this is what you're leaning towards more, and maybe you know it more, maybe you don't, but you know a lot. That's why I try to always say that at the end, because I keep losing bets to you.
You're in for 40.
But anyways, here's the point is, the Undertaker, he is all them things. He is about this or that. But he ain't like brother, you got your rental car or brother. It's just kind of an unknown mystique that he's there. Okay, well, we got main event here, and it's like Hogan in the 90, 91, 92, or whenever I was there. When he was on the card, you know why everybody felt good in the locker room?
They were going to make more money.
Thank you. And you know why I loved it when the Taker was there? But this is early in his career.
Okay.
I get that. But I loved it because I was wrestling him, and I was going to be semi every match with him and make really good money. So that's, you got to be careful that you don't try to interweave this stuff with, Vince Lombardi, Dan Gable, even, and on and on and on. I got a son that's wrestling coach for Columbia University. And I would say that, something like a collegiate, and that would be applicable. But these are grown men that are all independent contractors. That you ain't going to stop anybody's free will in that locker room. Everybody does what they're going to do. Now, is there a sense that, hey, good, Undertaker's here? Exactly. That's what I used to think was good. Undertaker's here. Good, Hogan's here. It made you feel better, settled you right down. So I think that's what you're saying, Dan, that maybe I didn't know for sure what you're saying, but now I think I do. But my opinion is, what it did do is it kind of made everybody feel maybe a little cozier. We got main event here, or semi-main, and good, I'm going to make some money. The main event show, that's always a good start, Main event don't show, Dan,
you're in rough shape, baby.
It's 4 times, Jake.
Yeah, thanks,
Stop.
Jake. Yeah.
Anyways, and listen, The Undertaker knows how much I love him, how much we got some war stories together. We've never been in an argument, never even been. All we've ever done is have fun. But, except when I hit him with the sword too hard.
Well, we're going to talk about that on the talk show.
I agree. And anyways, so I just don't like getting in too much into, ever since the Brett, no, you're going to have to, I'm passing the ball to you. I'm passing the ball to you. You're going to have to, the guys are going to need you.
Do you think he had
What is this, a soap opera? It don't work like that, you guys. You know that. It's like being at a car lot in the morning and saying, guys, come on in here. Now, we're glad Jimmy Bob's here. He sold 30 cars last month, and he's cool. Yeah.
Do you think that maybe in that moment, Brett had a little bit of the, as you called it with Ricky Steamboat, a little bit of that swank?
Well, he's marked out on himself. The guy believes his own bullshit. Come on. Now let's all tell the truth and all be right and all remember it the way it was instead of remembering it the way you wanted it to be. You know what I mean? There's a difference.
I think what's amazing, John, is that if you look back on it, on April 1st, 2012, The Undertaker went 20-0 at WrestleMania with the win that night.
Yep.
And on April 1st, 10 years later, 2022,
yeah,
he'll be inducted into the Hall of Fame. Isn't that kind of an interesting fact?
Well, that's more interesting. Does it really surprise you? Come on,
No.
We're talking about The Undertaker.
No.
But
He
listen,
deserves every accolade that he gets.
He does. And so does Vince McMahon for making him The Undertaker.
I'll ask you this before we go, John. Do you think that we will see at some point whether they go the Giant Barber and All Japan route of maybe trying to put an aging Undertaker into a multi-person match? Or do you think we'll see an Undertaker retirement match? I think it's awfully disappointing that his final quote-unquote match was almost like a movie style against AJ Styles during the Corona WrestleMania. I think an advertised Undertaker retirement match would do huge, giant business.
It would. You are
think
correct.
we'll ever
I
see it,
agree
or
with
do you
you.
think?
No, I don't. I
You
don't
think
because
we'll see
he's not 69, 70 years old. He's still in his 50s, so or late 50s.
Well, he's a little younger than Steve Austin, and Steve Austin's coming back this year for
Well-
WrestleMania. So
Well, yeah. But I think Taker will keep that door open.
One more?
And he ain't ready to do he ain't gonna do no retirement match. I wouldn't think. To me, that don't make sense because, you know, you want to sit a year or two and do another match, another year or two, do another match. You know, pick up huge paydays. Because listen, he's got kids. He's got you know, I mean, he's rich, but it's amazingly how fast you can go through money sitting at home. Okay, so in
and when you've had several wives.
yeah, and from 2 years from now, you know, or after he, you know, and has a retirement match, well, he's going to think, well, I burned through that. I can't have a retirement match because then it won't legitimize the retirement because I'm going to have another one. You can count on Taker having.
You think we'll see at least one more?
I think we'll see at least 5 more.
Are you surprised that after 19 years that Steve Austin is coming back to work? That's a long layoff.
Yeah,
That's a
I don't
long
know.
layoff.
I wonder why.
Big money.
Big money, yeah. I mean, is he back on the gas and training?
I know he's at a ring at his home. I don't know if he's back on the gas. I know that the quote-unquote
I
guest,
guess I'm asking him. Are
Guess-
you on the gas?
the guest stars, so to speak,
Yeah.
they have a different form of testing and so on and so forth than the regular talent does, and
Of course.
they have certain exceptions.
Yeah.
Wink, wink.
I think he's. Yeah, I mean that is, but
It's going to make for a hell of a WrestleMania.
yeah. Well,
19 years. Who would have ever, at this point,
the mystique.
who would have ever thought after
you're
19 years he'd come back?
Right.
All
Right.
right,
They're gonna
well.
have to write a big check. That's for sure.
Will you be tuning into the Hall of Fame to see the Undertaker's induction?
Well, yeah. If I got a TV,
All right,
if
well-
I'm still not kicked out.
If you're not kicked out, we got to get you in the Hall of Fame.
You know what? I swear to God, I might have been a rip, but someone called me for the Hall of Fame, and I'm like going, well, I don't know. Yeah, call me back.
When?
Tell me what to do. It was about a year ago, and then I was reading up on stuff like, well, there's a lot of people that deserve it more than John Nord. You know, da-da-da-da-da, and this guy said that guy said that. So I never got a call back, but I did get a call on
I
it.
can
I'm
find
not,
out if you want.
well, do it.
All right, I won't. I just, for me, what's sad about it, John, is that it's almost like the door fully closes on this guy back here, Mr. Paul Bearer, who I continue to miss every day.
I know you do. That's awesome, though.
And I remember at one of the Cauliflower Alley Club reunions, he kind of told me how Undertaker wanted to, in a perfect world, go out. And at WrestleMania 33 in Orlando, when he lost to Roman Reigns, it was similar to what Percy had described. And I honestly, I did. I moisted up. And I said, because there it is, Undertaker's career coming to an end. There's a little more part of Percy that's gone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And once he's in the Hall of Fame, it's a little bit more of Percy.
That
that's gone.
speaks miles for how much you loved Percy. Though.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
that's what it's really about, is how much you loved him. That's where all these emotions coming from, you know. Because I can tell you really loved him.
I do. I just.
That's awesome.
I believe that there are a lot of ribs that have gone on in this room as a result of him. Because he was here
Yeah.
several times.
He's here.
He loved to break my balls every time he could. He always got a kick out of it.
Yep.
But you know what? If the ribs are the ghost of him, they're
Yeah.
well worth it. Because
Yeah.
it just reminds me that he's still with us, which is a nice thought.
I agree. I agree. I love it.
All right, wrestling fans, we'd love to know, what do you think of The Undertaker, the dead man, Mark Calloway, the human being the marquee attraction in the 2022 WWE Hall of Fame, Friday night, April the 1st, from the American Airlines Arena in Dallas, Texas? What do you think about the return of Stone Cold Steve Austin to in-ring competition at WrestleMania after a layoff of 19 years. That's longer than most people's careers. That's how much of a break he's had since the last match he had at WrestleMania 19 against The Rock in 2003. We'd love to hear what you think. The Super Chat button is open for business. If you're not watching the premiere of this, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. For my partner in crime, the Berzerker John Nord, I'm Dan Marty. Hope you enjoyed this bonus content. Until we speak again, you and yours, be well, be healthy. Good night from Boston. Phil DeCesare, take it away.
Thank you, guys.
Hi, this is Phil DeCesare. Thank you for enjoying tonight's Wrestling Insiders. Get early full-screen ad-free access to all our Weeknight Wrestling Insider episodes while helping keep wrestling legends working by joining the Boston Wrestling Patreon family at patreon.com/Boston Wrestling. You can directly help us bring you more great historical wrestling content 7 days a week to enjoy for years to come.